up is our Las Vegas convention. But before we talk about that, I want to really paint a good picture for you guys. Number one, we just had a huge event in St. Louis. A lot of our team members are there. I know Tanya Owens and I think Noel Floyd were at that event with Chuck Williams, and we streamed it live. So tonight was the first time that we had a live streaming event with Chuck Williams, the Diamond Power of Shopping Sherlock, and our team. So a lot of you guys got to see that on the computer. I thought that was pretty cool. So we're going to be doing a whole lot more of those. In fact, that's going to take place every single Sunday. So you know our schedule. Every Tuesday and Thursday evenings, we have a grand opening. And then Sunday evening, we have a live presentation with Diamond Power Chuck Williams. And then Monday through Friday, at noon, midday Eastern time, we have a live presentation on a webinar. Also yesterday, we unveiled our new webinar platform that we use for the first time. For those of you who were on our team training last night, I did not record that because it was the very first time. But for those of you that participated, I think we had a lot of people on there. I think maybe 70 or so some people are on there, plus a whole lot that called in. And I thought it was a pretty good success. I like the look and the feel of the presentation and some of the features that we can do. It's a lot more reliable than the last one we were dealing with. So we look forward to really rolling this thing out this week for all of our presenters can use. And also today, there was a huge live event in London. I think Fraser just popped up that video on Facebook and YouTube. So I will shoot out the next team email. I'll shoot out a copy of that video so everybody can see the London events. And why that's, you notice, 2014, we're really putting our focus more towards doing live events, face-to-face presentations, because there's a power to that with this business. Now, I had a person come up to me who was in our last company and said, Brandon, I don't understand how come I'm not able to recruit as many people as I was in my last company. I'm making a couple of videos, I'm shooting out some advertisements, but people aren't biting to it. I say, here's why. See, in our last company, when we're dealing with telecommunications, it's something that everybody already knows about. It's something that everybody was already looking for, and they knew that there was an industry to make money in that. So you really didn't have to do much to get the word out. When we're talking about Shopping Sherlock and e-commerce, we are delving in uncharted territory. There has been nobody that's done this really on this scale before us. People don't even know that this is an industry that you can make a whole lot of money in. And you may think that's kind of absurd, right? E-commerce. Why wouldn't people think that way? Well, if you've been paying attention to the news, and I encourage, I want to say, Penny Kyle's been good at this. She's been doing her research lately. And she found another company I haven't heard of when we were researching it. But if you pay attention to the news, you would know that e-commerce is growing so fast that analysts cannot even keep track, and they can't even accurately predict. All of their predictions fell short of what actually took place. UPS and FedEx, it is their job to deliver packages. Most of them that are purchased online. And they couldn't even keep up with the demand. Their analysts said, they even apologized, said we had no idea that this much growth in e-commerce was going to take place. And then he had showed me. Now, it's not a network marketing company. It's just an e-commerce company where they offer discounts and savings if you shop through their web portal. It just so happens they're based in Los Angeles, and our CEO, Michael Weeder, happens to know the co-founder of the company very well and the current CEO of the company. Now, the co-founder of the company started it back in around 99, and he just has employees. Doesn't do any advertising. Doesn't do any marketing. Right? And the company was sold to Experian in around 2006 for $500 million. $500 million. A no-name company that nobody has ever heard of that does no advertising or marketing. Why? Because it was positioned in e-commerce. Companies are recognizing where that's going. This is why we talk about equity being so important. What if you owned equity in that company and you only own maybe 1, 2, or 3%, and it was sold for $500 million? That's like $10 million for you. You guys understand how huge that is? And then you take Shopping Sherlock where we are today, with the right leadership behind it. Our goal, and because I got to go back to the beginning of the gentleman that asked me the question, that I can't recruit like I did before. Because now our job is to spread the word that this is even an industry that you can get positioned in to make money. Nobody knows about it yet. It's like the days of Steve Jobs when he's trying to put a home computer in every classroom in America and in every home. He went home. He was going to do it. He went home, told his wife about it. His wife said, "Have you lost your mind? No, you are not going to invest $250,000 in some guy named Bill Gates." Now, who was sitting in the room during this presentation? Was it the wife or was it the husband? It was the husband. And he got excited. And he went home and told his wife about it. She has no idea what's taking place. All she knows is, you are not going to spend $250,000 on something I've never heard of before. Besides, Apple's in every classroom anyway. And he passed on it. And he said years later, those people who invested that $250,000, each and every single one of them was worth more than $50 million at least. Probably like 12 of them. Each and every single one of them. And he missed the boat. And that's where I got the term It's one thing to miss the wave if you're standing on the shore. It's another to miss the wave if you're in the water. I got it from him because that's the first time I ever heard it. He said that. He said, I was in the water. I was in the boardroom. I was standing next to the man. But I did not ride the wave. And he said, never again. And the sad thing about that, he said this too, this is the first time I ever heard this concept. Most people will only have two great opportunities in their life. Just two. And when you see one, you have to figure out, is this your first one or is this your last one? Because things like this don't come around every single day. We can't go back and redo Microsoft or Apple or Facebook. We can't go